Well, familiar tune, the power play in the end cost us. We scored the one goal, but obviously gave up two shorties. You got a 5-on-3 for a minute. You got to score on that. So, we got out specially team tonight, and in the end, that's the difference in the game.
Given the way you guys have chased a lead lately, Jeff, how disheartening is it that you came out when you knew you needed urgency to start this game and you didn't have it?
Well, not good enough for certain. We got to come out and have better start than that for sure. We mismanaged the puck. I thought when you mismanage the puck, that puts you on your heels, and that's what happened. We turned pucks over, and when you turn pucks over, you end up on your heels. So we got to be better than that at the start. So we're gonna have to work as a staff and work as a team and make sure we have better starts.
Do you feel that's been a trend over the last?
Well, I don't feel. I think it's fact. Regardless of how I feel we play or anything like that, the fact is that we've given up way too many goals in the first. We've had to chase the game too much. So to me, it's not. It's a fact.
What's the common thread there, Jeff?
What do you mean? What's the common thread?
I guess the common thread that you can point to that.
Well, if I knew
that you're behind so often, so consistently lately.
Well, if I knew that 100%, it would be solved. We're gonna have to keep grinding to find a way. I mean, at the end, for sure, one thing, when we've had tough starts, we've turned pucks over in our own end. That's for sure one thing, without question. So we got to make sure we do a better job managing the puck in our own end. I think we've done a better job over the course of the season that way, but for sure on those starts, if you think back to Boston, we turned them over and had some unforced errors. Tonight we turned them over for no reason. So that's certainly one thing that'll put you on your heels in a hurry.
Yesterday you told us that that you felt like maybe confidence or a lack of confidence on the power play was one issue. Today it looked like there were some real fundamental things though that went wrong.
Well, I mean, we gave up two shorties, so that's I guess that's fundamentals. I mean, to me, some of that's still confidence. Like in terms of structure, I didn't see structure things wrong, but for sure, when you get on it, you got to have confidence and poise and make plays, and we didn't do enough of it.
On the second goal, on the second goal, you had on the first short-handed goal, you had a couple of guys that were slow on the back check, and then on the third goal to allow an odd man rush there in the final minute there. Is that you attribute that to effort or attention, lack of attention to detail, or?
Well, there's two different ones. So the first one to me was 100% unacceptable, 100% junk. We've got a one-on-one that we can make a three-on-one for us, and we float back up the ice. So that's 100% unacceptable. The third goal, so the second one that you're talking about, we had a guy just kind of get out-skated. So it's a physical thing where a guy kind of got out-skated. I think he was a little bit at the end of his shift. We, like lots of teams in the league, try to hold the blue line pretty hard with our D, and I think it was Taylor Hall made a heck of a play there. But at the end, those are two different things for me. One was an effort thing in a mentality, I guess, as much as anything, of being proactive. That was the first one. The second one was just, whether it was because of where he was at in the shift or whatever, we just kind of got out-skated.
Jeff, you had two extra skaters twice. I mean, the 5-on-3 and then at the end. I mean, where do you? It seems like we've talked about this so often. Like, where do you go from here as far as figuring out a way to?
Well, we either got to change personnel on the 5-on-3. Now we scored on the one in Dallas. So it was the same personnel that scored on that one in Dallas. Obviously, not that long ago. So the 6-on-4 to me is different than the 5-on-3. I mean, 5-on-3 is a bigger advantage for sure that you have to score on. So we either change personnel, we can look at continue. I thought they were on the same page, but we didn't execute. Like, we just didn't generate enough opportunities out of it.
Is this one a bigger head scratcher just from the standpoint? I mean, everybody was fresh as far as still coming out with that kind of lack of urgency.
Well, lack of execution, I'd say, for sure. Again, when you turn pucks over, you get on your heels, and we got on our heels. So, I don't. Every night, I think at the end of the night, I say, why weren't we better in certain areas, and why were we good in certain areas, and then you try to build your game from there. So I'll do that same thing tonight.
I know the morning skate, the playoff streak was a theme. Does this thing loom over you guys? That you guys think about it, talk about it?
What was the first part?
In the pregame skate this morning, the playoff streak was kind of a narrative people were talking about.
Oh.
I know Larkin was talking about the pressure of he didn't want to be on a team that didn't make the playoffs for the first time.
I thought at the end of last year that had, you could feel it a little bit. I don't see that at all right now. I mean, I think right now we're just trying to grind out and continue to grind, and we're probably right there with lots of other teams, and so every single night it's a 50-50 game in terms of putting yourself in position to win the hockey game. So you got to do all the little things as right as possible to make sure. So going back to the first goal or the second goal against, we got to make sure we're doing everything right. We got to make sure that we're 100% right. We can't leave anything to chance, and in that play we left it to chance. Really, the first goal against was the same thing. So we got to make sure we do everything right.
What are your thoughts on the overall team game? And in that sense, I mean, do you see guys playing as a team, or do you see guys wanting it so hard? There's a lot of individualism out there at times that might hurt the team as far as that goes.
Well, I haven't seen that. I mean, I think there's definitely a chance where, you know, when a guy wants it, he tries to do lots, and certainly we have some guys, everybody's got their Achilles heel, and certainly some guys, when they want it so bad, they try to make something happen, but I haven't seen lots of that. For me, that hasn't been a big issue. I think the big issue is, again, we can't, and I've talked about this lots, we can't not do it right. We have to do it right shift after shift after shift after shift, and we got to do a better job of it.
Garreau seemed pretty down when he was up here. I mean, a couple of goals he was left hung out to dry. But how would you assess his performance?
I mean, I thought he played fine, but we need, as I talked about yesterday, we got to allow less goals against. So how do you allow less goals against? Your team defense, and a goalie's got to get hot. So that's what we need.
Is Jensen's goal a good example of just sometimes you throw it at the net and good things come out?
Well, for sure, we've talked lots about that. Getting lots of pucks to the net creates chaos. I thought we had lots of shot opportunities. We didn't get enough pucks through for sure. I thought we had lots of shot opportunities, and we just didn't seem like we got enough pucks through. So that's something from our D-core we got to keep working on. But when you get the puck to the net, it creates chaos.